Hello, everyone. I'm Jude, your How to Dietitian Nutritionist, and thank you for joining my Lose Inches Plus mini challenge. Welcome to day one. There really are specific strategies that are more beneficial than others in promoting fat loss. So I want to concentrate on strategies that work. Now, it shouldn't be surprised that you will want to start your 2025 wellness journey by replacing sugar and overly processed low nutrient foods with whole food sweeteners and whole foods. So let's start this mini challenge by replacing sugar with fruit. That's your first line of defense. Fruit's your best one, but raw honey, pure maple syrup, and date syrup are also good alternatives. Yes, these whole foods sweets and sweeteners are still sugar. Yes, I get it. However, they are packaged with high fiber and thousands of nutrients that make a difference in how your body reacts and processes that sugar. Many of these nutrients are found naturally in whole foods. They're called plant chemicals, and they slow down the absorption of sugar into the blood. And that really matters. With less of a rush of sugar in the blood, less insulin is needed at once to transport that sugar out of the blood and into the cells where it's used for energy. When more insulin is needed to handle that rush of sugar in your blood, it can put a strain on, it's like an extra demand on your body that is harmful. Have you heard of insulin resistance? Yeah, that is what happens when you're constantly putting this extra demand on your body. And that's when insulin resistance is when the insulin is less effective at doing its job. And so you're going to need more insulin to do the same amount of work. And that extra insulin puts your body into fat making mode, longer. So we don't want the body to produce more insulin than you can get away with. Of course you need some, and that's fine. Your body's made for that, but it's the extra that's putting us all over and promotes fat making, right? Like more body fat. So let's talk about some specific logistics. Did you know that dates, which is, you're in your fruit category, eaten in small amounts don't seem to increase that blood sugar, so less insulin is required? So a good way to satisfy your sweet tooth is with a simple date. Now, there's lots of recipes out there with dates, so you certainly can use some of those, but maybe, one of my favorites is to fill a date with natural peanut butter and some peanuts, and then dip them in dark chocolate and then freeze them. So then when I have a craving for sugar, then I would take out one of those and eat it. And maybe two, but honestly, it's very satisfying. Fruit in its whole food form and whole foods are more satisfying. And this is a great way to satisfy your sweet tooth, using fruit. And the nutrients and fiber in the fruit help your health in so many ways. And of course, maple syrup and date syrup and raw honey are better than sugar and don't bring your blood sugars up as much as regular sugar. So those are a good substitute for that. And notice I'm having you replace and not avoid. We need to be able to live and satisfy our sweet tooth, but we want to do it well. Now, and let's think about it. What about an apple? You don't really enjoy an apple unless you're really hungry, and you're really not going to overeat apples. That's just an example, but let's face it, an apple tastes much better when you're hungry, and that's when you're going to want it. So that's today's challenge, is to swap your sugar and those overly processed foods. And tomorrow I will give you another challenge to adopt. So see you tomorrow.